today I'm going to show you how to make $300. Let me show you, so then I show you my $300 here. I've gotten called out that I didn't show you how to make it. $300 in 1 hour. And that is what I'm going to talk to you about. And you can do it all by just spraying water and maybe some little bit of soap and chemicals. But yes, you can make $300 an hour. It's really not that difficult. Yes, you can make $300 an hour. What up, Dr. P? So, with that being said, I'm going to show you how to make $300 an hour, which will actually turn into $108,000 a year. Now, you say $108,000, how do you come up with that number? I'm going to show you how to make. It's not real hard math. It's pretty simple. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about, of how to do that in this episode. So, what up? I've got the whole beard going on here now. I've been 10 days the last week in Florida, down in Disney. So I haven't had to be at the firehouse. I haven't shaved, and I'm just kind of grungy right now. I don't have to go back to the firehouse till Tuesday. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let it go and let it be grungy for a while. So with that being said, let's get started in here. So how to make $80,000 or $100,000 a year in pressure washing business. It really isn't that difficult, guys. It can be done, and I'm going to show you how it can be done and what you need to do to make it happen. Now, does it take work? Absolutely. It don't just come real easy and that's just it. So I've actually had to start my YouTube over here because I've been getting some crazy people on here that want to talk about whatever that I don't want on here. So that's why I had to start another one here. So let's get started here. So $300 an hour. It is real easy. It is not real difficult, guys, to get $300 an hour. You know, when I first started 9 years ago in 2011, I shot for $200 an hour. And at the time, I'm like, nobody's going to pay that. Back in the day, they even paid $200 an hour. And that was just a number that I pulled out of the sky that I was just going off of what Michael Crisley said that people would pay. You know what? I'm like, if he can get it, I can get it too. And guess what? If I can get it, you can get it also. So what it is you got to go out there and sell yourself and sell your service, and to be able to get that $300 an hour. So if we take $300 an hour and we can do 2 jobs a day. Now, I can do 3 to 4 jobs a day, but I'm just going to go off 2 jobs a day. If we do that 2 jobs a day, that's $600 a day. That is, let me make sure my math is right. I'm pretty sure it's right, but my math might be off sometimes, and I want to make sure it's right because I want to make sure that I give you the correct information. So if we do $300 and times that by 2, which is $600, and times that by 5 days a week. Yes, all my numbers are right. 5 days a week, that's $3,000 a week. We times that by a month, that's $12,000 a month. Now, that don't sound like a lot, but that in the end is a lot. So, in the end of here, how you will be able to make $108,000 in 9 months. I did it in 9 months. I didn't do 10 months because I know a lot of places can't do 9 months, or it can't work all 9 months. So I went and I did, that's $12,000 a month. That's $108,000 a year in 9 months. Now, I know I made a video a couple weeks ago and somebody's like, you're kind of miscuing the numbers. Okay. So that's $108,000 a year right there. Now, I'm going to take off $10,000 for marketing because you need to do marketing. So I'm going to take off $10,000 for marketing. I'm going to take off, which is $10,000 might be a little cheap. I would probably be at about I like to be at least 10%. If you can at least invest 10% back into your business, you will be successful. If you try to grow a pressure washing business and spend $0, you will not be successful. Period. there is no way you can be successful. I shouldn't say no way you couldn't be successful. It's going to be very hard to grow your business without investing back into your business. And that is right. I said investing back into your business. I didn't say you spent $1,000 a month. No, you invested $1,000 into your business to make $10,000. Actually, you're going to invest the numbers I just gave you. You're going to invest $1,200 a month to get $12,000 a month out of that pressure wash or out of that pressure washing business. So with that, you got to invest in yourself. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, nobody is going to invest in you. So that is why I am big on you have to invest in your business. So with that, I also give a $10,000 for equipment. Now, I know that if you're $10,000, you're not going to have the best equipment. You're not going to have the 8-gallon-a-minute equipment, but I'm only getting you 2 jobs a day for 5 days a week. I can guarantee you I can clean with a 4-gallon-a-minute, 2 jobs a day, all day long, 5 days a week, and be at $300. And this is only $300 a job. This isn't, some big jobs. And if you do roof cleaning, that's going to bump your pricing up. Our minimum roof cleaning is $600. So that bumps it way up. Now, my cost a little bit more, but it's not that much more for a house wash. So it's going to bump it up way bit more than that. If someone says you're skewing the numbers and that you can't do 6 figures in a year, they're just making excuses on their own failures. You can absolutely make it way, way more if you want to. Absolutely, Benjamin Bakerman. And if someone is skewing, and so I'm not trying to skew the numbers, and that's why I gave a little buffer. And the only reason why I said that is somebody was skewing because I said $50,000 in doing this part-time. And yes, it was tight, but I'm going to show you how you can make $80,000 in your pocket at the end of the year. So I gave $10,000 for marketing. I gave $10,000 for equipment, and I'm going to give $10,000 more of just other stuff. Chemicals, all that kind of stuff. Just a little nitpicky stuff here and there. What might not be here or there, what that comes up. So with that, that's $30,000. So we take $108,000. We started out with $300 a job, 2 jobs a day, and we got to $108,000. We're going to take $30,000 off for some of the expenses, right? $30,000. That's $78,000 a year in your pocket. Now, you're going to have to do some stuff because now, here's the other thing that people get kind of tied up on. Think of it this way. When you run a business, you got to figure out how to run your business for tax purposes. And when I say that is, do you have internet? Well, guess what? Your business just bought you internet. Your phone, guess what? The business just bought your phone. Your truck payment, your business just bought your truck to make sure that you can keep it up there. So $78,000 a year is a lot of money, but you also got to remember, old tax man comes around. You want to make sure you got enough write-off so you're not paying a boatload in taxes. And again, that's where I say you need to make sure you have a good CPA to do that. So the next thing you say is, Jason, how do I get jobs that pay $300? How do I get these jobs? Well, there's several ways to get these jobs. One is start walking, knocking on doors. That's not a method that I like, but does it work? Absolutely. I talked to Bobby Walker last week. Go check out my video last week, and you will see where he made that money last year in 3 years, how he made $20,000 in that. So we have to advertise. And so Mr. Adam asked, what's the best way to advertise? Great question. Following up my thing here. So the first thing I would do is there's some free methods, and I'll give you the free methods first. And then I'll give you the next method up above that, and I'll give you the high dollar method. So that way you can pick which way you want to go. So the first free method is go on Facebook and get into your Facebook groups, and you can find the neighborhood groups. You can find the mom groups. You can find all different kinds of groups. And you're going to go into these groups, and you're not going to spam these groups. You're going to say, hey, I am Jason Guyman, and you're going to learn, they're going to know who you are. Because when they ask questions, you're going to answer the questions. Hey, who's a good plumber? Bob's a good plumber. Hey, who's a good electrician? Jim Bob's a good electrician. Sparky the electrician. And so you're going to get in there and you're going to engage, and you're going to start saying things to engage with these people. So that way, when they say who's a good pressure washer, that's when you're like, this guy right here. And not only that, everybody else will say, that guy right there is a good pressure washer. And so that is one way that we can do it. So I just wanted to, so that's one way. That's the free way. The other free way is go walking, go knocking on doors, doing that kind of thing. Go knocking, go down commercial rows, go down that kind of stuff, and knocking on doors. So that's your other free method. The next method is yard signs. And you can go to pressurewashhelp.com / let me see if I find it here. I know I had it here. Get signs. pressurewashhelp.com / get signs. And there it will take you to UTZ marketing. And there you can buy signs, and you can buy them for about $350 for, I don't have it on here. You can buy $350 and you can have 100 signs. And we're going to go put these signs out. But Jason, what if I'm not allowed? Well, then you can't put them out. But you know how many times I've gotten called because I wasn't allowed to do them? Like once or twice. And you know what I did? I just didn't put them in that city no more. I got enough cities around that I can put it everywhere else. So that's what I did. And, that's how you do it. And so I love haters, and haters love watching me. And so especially when they just gave me the dislike, maybe they gave it to me on accident, but there was a dislike, so that's why I went that route. But signs are a great way to get business. Signs is one of those things that can help you get a lot of business. And so signs is one for the books of how you can start to get your $300 an hour. And like I say, you're going to pay $350 to get 100 signs with stakes and everything. So I did have a thing where I would, if you would submit to a sign thing, I would actually help design the sign. I haven't posted them out because I've been busy. So with that being said, what you want on a sign is right here. I got one. Again, big service, big phone number, you don't even need a website. I've made signs without websites, and that'll make your phone ring. So, signs, that's one way to get it. Now, talking about your phone ringing, make sure you answer your phone. If you don't answer your phone, then that is going to be bad, because if you don't answer your phone, the next person is going to answer your phone. So we want to make sure I get signs. So I spent $100 on signs, and I got 3 calls so far. Only put up 3 signs. So how many signs did you get for that $100 is the question. Because that's what I'm saying is it's not about it. It's kind of like we was talking about, I talked about last week. When we do things, we can't put up 10 signs and say, well, signs didn't work. What if we put up 100 signs? What if we put up 500 signs? What if we put up 1,000 signs? Then we can say that they don't do or don't work. But until we put up that many, we don't know. And even the thing of even with signs or mailers or anything, we really need to make sure that it does its thing. So signs is good there. So Jason has templates for sure to use. Works well. And like I say, we want big phone number, big service, big phone number, and we want, and that's what we want. And we want to be able to see these signs from 75 to 100 feet away. We don't want to be able to be like, because you know how many signs I see that they have all this little writing up through there, and you put all that little writing together and you can't see crap. So that is why I like big words and get it to do it. So the next thing is we're going to do a website. We need to do a website. We can either do a website through, if you don't have the money to do it and you have low budget right now, you can do a Google My Business site. And talking about Google My Business, that is something that we need to make sure that it is 100% filled out and done. Now, I have all that stuff in my training of how to do that. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/training. And in there, I tell you how to set up your Google My Business, the whole 9 yards. And talking about that, my in-person training is March the 21st and 22nd. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/in-person. And in there, you will find, I'm going to see if I can get my screen up here. You will find all my training, and I have 2 spots left. I didn't know how many I had. I've been saying 2 to 3. I actually checked it last night, and I have 2 spots left. You want to definitely get into this, and when I talk about my training, it is a very hands-on training. You will know how to pressure wash 100%, and I will teach you marketing of how to make $300 an hour. And so that is why you want to come to my training. I not only show you how to pressure wash, you pressure wash, and then I teach you how to do marketing. And that is very good right there. So with that being said, we want to make sure our Google My Business is max filled out. Google My Business costs you $0 to get working on. It's not that difficult, and it's not that hard to do. You don't have to be brilliant at a computer. So this is something that you want to make sure that you get it done completely. So with that being said, that is something that you want to make sure that is done. So the next thing that we want to make sure is so with that being said, with the Google My Business is the website. If you know how to build a website, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/siteground, and it will teach you. It's a great hosting, because we got to buy hosting, and then once we buy hosting, we got to download WordPress on it, so that way WordPress can go on there. With that being said, WordPress is a great way to get your website started. 100% is a great way to get your website started. Once we get it from WordPress, we are going to have our website. Now, if you want to have it built, you can have it built the whole 9 yards. Then the next thing, the way to get customers so that we can get our $300 an hour, and I'm going to go over a little bit, is that later on is bidding. But the next thing we need to do is Google Ads. So if you need to use Google Ads, you can check out pressurewashhelp.com/training, and I got all the training stuff in there about Google Ads. I teach you everything you need to know about Google Ads. Your negative keyword list is in there. Your positive keyword list is in there. Your everything you know that you need is in Google my business or Google Ads of how to do Google Ads. Now, this is where you're going to spend that $1,100 a month so that way you can get those customers and to bring them in and get it done. So GoogleAds.com, if you go to if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/Google Ads, Jason will actually set them up for you, or Jason can run them for you. And I am running a lot of AdWords right now, and so this is another way that you will be able to get ads done through AdWords. Another way to do it is door hangers. You can go out there and door hang. You can clip flyer. I'm not a big fan of it, but there's a lot of people that make a lot of money off of it. There's people that aren't a big fan of signs, but you know what? There's a lot of people that make a lot of money off of just signs. So that is some things that we can do. Facebook ads is another thing we can do. Facebook ads is another way we can make money off of it. I never had much with that, but you can definitely make money off of Facebook ads. Another thing you can do is Nextdoor. Nextdoor.com is another great resource that you can. It's a lot like Facebook or Facebook groups. You want to make sure that in there that you can Nextdoor. You're going to go in there, and especially if you live in a nice neighborhood, you can really use Nextdoor. So, a recap: Facebook, AdWords, signs, mailers, all these things are some great ways to grow your business. So, how do we make $300 an hour? We have to quote for $300 an hour. We can't go and be the cheap guy and think that we're going to make any money. You know, our minimum was $300. $279 for us to show up on a 1,000 square foot house. Take us 30 minutes to do it, and we were in and out. But you have to charge for it. You got to remember, some people will say, well, I would never pay that. Well, guess what? You're probably not my customer. So what I need to do is I need to go find customers that are willing to pay me $300 an hour. Those are the customers that I want. I don't want customers that want to pay me $10 an hour. I want customer that wants to pay me $300 an hour or $1,000 an hour. I'll take that too. Roof cleaning, house washing, all that kind of stuff. I want to find the people that like to spend these, not these. These customers are the $99 customers. The $99 customer does you no good. You will go out of business with the $99 customers. We want the $300 customers all day long, because the $300 customer is what will really help us grow our business. So our goal is to get our average ticket up. So I know I said $300, which will make us $108,000 a year. So with that, still looking forward to the accountability group. I'm working on it. With that being said, the best way to get our $300 is packages. And the way to get even higher is definitely packages. Packages will raise our average ticket from a $300 ticket to a $600 ticket or to a $1,000 ticket. So when we do packages is what we can really make our money. If we go to a house and we stop at that house and we clean just the house, and that's all we do, we make $300. Is that good? Absolutely. That's wonderful. We get 2 jobs a day. That's 12 jobs a week. That's not too difficult. 12 jobs a week, 2 jobs a day, $300. That's $1,200. But what if I can get $600 out of one job and $450 out of another job? What if I could get $750 out of one job and just do one job? I'm good with that too. So how do we get higher tickets? We got to do packages. Packages are the best way to get higher tickets. So what do you mean, Jason? How does Jason mean packages? What does packages mean? Package 1, house wash. Package 2, House wash, window cleaning, exterior window cleaning. And exterior window cleaning is going to cost you a little bit. It'll cost you about $1,000 to $1,200, but you can raise your average ticket up $150 a job just by having exterior window cleaning. So now we just went from a $300 job to a $450 job just by adding window cleaning. That takes you 20 minutes. So you'll be there a little over an hour and a half, and you made $450. Kind of makes a no-brainer to me. So the next thing is all right, so if we got that package, what about the driveway? So package 1 is a house wash. Package 2 is exterior window cleaning. Package 3 is the driveway. And we add $300 for the driveway, $200. I used to always add just $100 for the driveway. Don't do that. Add $200 for that stupid driveway. Most driveways you think will take you 30 to 40 minutes, it takes you an hour. And I hate doing concrete, so I like to add $200 versus $100. I've cleaned many driveways for $100, and I've lost my tail on it. So now, and guess what? For them to get that driveway cleaning, they have to pay the $150 for the exterior window cleaning and the driveway cleaning. So now we went from a $450 ticket to a $650 ticket. $650 for one house, and that's it. And that is what, 2.5 hours to make $650? Did I just say that you can make $300 an hour, but yet I'm telling you can make $325 an hour, $350 an hour, $500 an hour? Absolutely, all day long. All day long, everything. Can I upsell hot water? Absolutely, 100%. One of my packages, if you have hot water, make that a package. Make that a $50 or $75 upgrade, and it's really easy to sell. Do you wash your hands? It's the same way with soap. Do you wash your hands? Do you wash your hands with soap? Yes, I do. Why do you do that? Because it makes it cleaner. Hey, do you wash it with warm water? Yes, I do. Okay, there you go. You just sold it yourself. We sell it. Now, does it make it 100% better? I mean, if it's cold, yes, absolutely. That is 100%. So with that being said, that is a great way to upsell. Now we took a regular house wash and went from $300 to $350, and then we took an exterior window cleaning from $350 to $500, just like that. And what do we do? And then if and then you can add a window clean or a concrete cleaning on top of that. So now you got 4 packages and you've done it no problem. And if you got hot water, all you're doing is whatever you do, make sure you turn that baby all the way down. If you turn that hot water all the way up and you do vinyl siding, it will melt the vinyl siding. Guarantee it. I know it will because I've seen it happen, and it's not a pretty sight when you see that vinyl siding go all down through there where it's all melted, and you're like, shoot, that sucks. So make sure that you are definitely doing that. All right, so that is how we make $300 an hour. I know I've kind of went on a pretty long tangent here of about 28 minutes. So I've had a boatload of questions. I don't know if I'm going to start way at the top, but I'm definitely going to go down here and I'll work a little ways up and then I'll take off of my question. So, motorcycle life. I threw 2,500 clip flyers the last 2 days and only got 5 calls. This business is hard as, yeah. So I'm going to tell you something. Again, we can't do 2,500 and think that it's going to happen. You know, if you're going to plan on sending out 7,500 clip flyers, you need to hit that neighborhood 3. And this is whether you're doing pressure washing, or this is whether if you're doing clip flyers, if you're doing mailers, if you're doing any type of business of where you're putting information on the door, on a door hanger. You have to hit these customers 3 times, 4 times, maybe even 5 times before they're actually going to call you. You can't just go throw them all out there and think the phone's just going to blow up, because it don't work that way. You have to hit that neighborhood one time. Let 2 or 3, 4 weeks go around and hit it again. Let 3 or 4 weeks go around and hit it again. This is whether you're doing mailers, if you're doing walk-in, if you're doing clip flyers. Any of these types, you got to make sure that you are hitting these people several times. You can't go out there and say, well, it didn't work, because it is a lot of work. I didn't say, here's the thing. Think of it this way. So I showed you how to make $78,000 a year. You got to get the phone to ring. I can teach anybody to pressure wash. I've taught 18-year-olds to pressure wash. I had a 17-year-old work for me to pressure wash. I can teach anybody to pressure wash. It's not hard to pressure wash. What is hard to do, though, is this right here. Get this baby to ring. Get this baby to ring is probably, it's called business, baby. If you can get this thing to ring, you'll have more business than you'll ever know what to do. But you have to invest in yourself. You have to take money and spend it to get money. Just because you went out and put 2,500 clip flyers is a lot, but it's something that you got to hit. You can't just put out 2,500 and say that's it. You got to remember, it takes anywhere from 7 to 25 touches. I've actually heard on a podcast recently that Google did I haven't been able to find the actual thing, but Google says it takes up to 25 touches to get a customer. So that means you have to hit them 25 times for them to be able to do that. Now, what I would suggest you to do is, on your clip flyers, is go out there. The hardest part of this business is employees. Okay, yes, you're right. But if you know how to get the phone ringing, that's the hardest part. Some people don't know how to get the phone ringing. That's the hardest part. Now, what I would do is if I put out 2,500 clip flyers, I'd be putting out about 10, 15 signs around that area too. And that way, I'm hitting them every which way I can. There's signs, there's clip flyers, the whole 9 yards. And you don't know if that's a good clip flyer or not. You know, you can buy whatever, but you don't know that that's the right clip flyer for your neighborhood. You know, maybe you're in the wrong neighborhood. Maybe you're in a low-end neighborhood that pressure washing a $300 house is a lot of money for them. Or maybe you might be in a high-dollar neighborhood and they don't like you throwing trash in their yard. So you kind of got to look at, there's things that you got to factor in when you're doing that kind of stuff. All right, we are hiring 4 more guys in the next 2 weeks, and I've never been so stressed in all my life. Benjamin, you're on the life of fun right there. Just remember, I told you I'll come up and clean with you, but I am expensive. But yes, employees are definitely hard to be able to get it. You have to poach employees from competition, be better, and I never had much luck with that, though. You know, that's something that I've never had much luck with either. 2,500 clip flyers, that's littering. 90% open rate on mobile phones. What are you guys doing? Yes, I agree with them. Adding priced filters people out from you, people you could close. So if you're asking about adding price onto a pressure washing website, actually I got a really good friend. He's out of Lexington, Kentucky. He's Pro Wash out of Lexington, Kentucky, and he actually had a calculator on his website that would tell them the price of how much he would charge. Now, with that being said, what happened is his calling rate went way down a lot. So what he did is, his phone did not ring as much, but when it did ring, it was almost a guaranteed sale. So what he did is he actually took that back off his website, so people had to call and get a thing. Because if you're not getting an email address and a phone number and they're getting their price for free, you're not collecting their information. And what he found out is if they called him to get a price, he was more likely to close the deal. So when they called, he was more likely to persuade them to close the deal, because then it's a lot harder to get told, tell somebody no versus never calling them in the first place. So with that being said, that is why he went back to taking that price calculator off, so then that way he could make sure that he was able to close. All right, I'm going to scroll up here because I did see a lot of good questions. And I'll see if I can read through them here pretty quickly. Let me move this here so I'm not actually looking. Jason, can you talk about business insurance we should have? Yeah. I'll get to that question because that's kind of a big question. Yelp just charged me over $500 for nothing, not a single job. Yeah, I wouldn't go with Yelp. Yelp, I never had no luck with Yelp. I'm being told I have to get a seller's permit and charge tax on my entire packet for the state of Wisconsin. Anyone else run into this? So this is something that a lot of states you are having to pay tax on house services. Now, like in Ohio, you had to pay tax on houses that for house washing or building washing, but you didn't have to pay tax on concrete cleaning. So some of that you kind of had to word how you worded it was how you would make sure you want to word it. But yes, you do have to pay taxes. On the seller's permit, I don't know exactly. I would probably check with the state. I might check with a CPA that might know what that is. That's some sticky ground right there. But in Ohio and Kentucky, they just passed it 6% this year. They tried to get the pensions out of it, and its pensions are still not good. How would you price jobs if it must vary from state to state? Me being from New York City, would you go off the square foot, like 40 cents a square foot? Please help. So you can go off square footage. We did go off square footage. So like our 1,000 to 2,000 square foot house was this price. We kind of took the average price that we could get out of it, and that was our price. 1,000 to 2,500 was this price. 2,500 to 3,000 was this price. Anything above 3,000 or 4,000, wherever you want to be at, is you had to have a quote in person. Thanks, Adam. What is the easiest thing to start with? Roofs, driveways, or house wash? House washes are the easiest thing to start with. And here's the thing. It depends on what kind of equipment you want. So if you want to just do house washing and roof cleaning, you can get away with a cheaper system. You can get away with a soft wash system, and you can build it, make it for about $1,000, $1,500, the whole 9 yards. With driveways and decks, you're going to need a pressure washer, and so that is going to get a little bit more expensive at that point. So, and if you just do a pressure washer, then you can't do roof cleaning. Got to keep checking on those signs. I found mine pulled laying on the ground this weekend, keeping it up. Got a job with an HOA on the neighborhood pool deck. Deal includes signs after job. And the thing of it is, people will pull your signs. You just got to go back and put them back up. People threat of, all my signs got pulled up. Well, guess what? Go out there and put them back up. Let's see. I redid the website, and from the review you gave me, thanks a lot, Jason. Awesome. I'm glad I could do the review for you. Where did you begin with your website? I'm trying to change myself on estimates. Please help. I'm trying to not shortchange myself on estimates. Please help. So that comes back to pricing. Get out of, I've talked about this quite a bit, of the poor mentality mindset. A lot of times we have it. just being pressure washers, people. We're not the most. We're not always the most sharpest bulb, the brightest bulb in the pack. But this is a way that we can make a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying that about everybody, because there is some smart mofos people in here. But it comes down to business. We're not a lot of people that start pressure washing businesses aren't business smart. We know how to do the thing and we know how to pressure wash, but we don't know how to be the business side of things. So when we don't shortchange ourselves is because a lot of times we're looking at it through our eyes and not through our customer eyes. And what is our customer willing to pay? And a lot of that comes down to, if I talk to somebody and they'll be like, I got a 95% close rate, raise your prices. Well, you're too cheap, because if you're closing 95% of the jobs, you are way too cheap. So you need to be at, 60%, 70%, 50%. Heck, I never got above 50% hardly. That was my close rate of 50%. So, so what it came down to is I have to get more leads to be making my $300 an hour. And that's what it all comes down to. Starting out is scary, putting out signs, because people are watching you and they're wondering, like throwing eggs, adrenaline rush. DJ, he was on here. He can't put out signs during the daytime because he worries about what people might think about you. Who cares what people are thinking about you? Think about it this way. If you're hungry, put your signs out. Don't worry what other people think, because it's the same thing with the clip flyers. People are going to think you're throwing it. If you're hungry, you're going to throw more out, and you're going to throw more out, and you're going to put signs out. I did every Friday. Me and my wife would drive around every Friday. I'd go put signs out every Friday. Put signs out. Go do it. Don't worry about what other people think. If you want to eat, put signs out. I have 97 more signs. I put 3 on the freeway off-ramp. My goal is to just keep replacing them, since I don't want to be seen as a spammer. Hey, and you already got 5 phone calls off the first 3. That's pretty good. That's what I mean. Signs work. Go put more out. Don't worry about being a spammer. Who cares what people think about you? You got to go out there and do it. The guy that was on here, that's usually on here, that puts out 200 signs a week. 200 signs a week. You think that looks like spam? I guarantee it does. But you know what? He's eating well and he's getting stuff done and making money. Use signs that can show up on a photo from an intersection. Most of my customers took a quick photo and then called me later. Yep, you're exactly right. They will take a picture of that and then give you a call. Exactly. Don't worry what people think. Do it. Set out 50 1 week and 50 2 weeks from then. Yep. Thoughts on Wix versus website? Wix is okay. I would probably go with the WordPress. It's more about your domain and how fast it is, or your hosting. A lot of your hosting, if you do like Bluehost or GoDaddy, their hosting has actually slowed down. SiteGround is usually the fastest of what I found, and actually a couple other people that I know that actually ran tests with it is SiteGround is the fastest. So with that being said, go to pressurewashhelp.com/SiteGround and you'll buy me a cup of coffee. Jason, what ball valve do you recommend? I like I don't remember which one it is. It's not the one. pressurewashhelp.com/store. It's not that big one. It's the one with the little black handle one. Let's see here. I put signs across the street from the stop sign, just waiting for the phone to ring. Yep, that's right. If you can do Google My Business, if I can do Google My Business, anyone can, and that is true. Jason, what's your opinion on door hangers? You get a lot of walking in. I never had a lot of luck with it, but I was one of the guys that I put out 1,000 of them, and I had no luck with them, and I never went and put no more out. And I only hit one area. Instead of hitting, if I was going to put 1,000 out, I should have put 300 out in 3 different times. So I just never did that. I use 6-inch lettering, big phone number, big service. Yep, exactly. Hey guys, like the video. I appreciate that. First time I was able to give up before it was finished. Why not Squarespace? You can use Squarespace. It works. I'm not going to say it's going to be the best, but it does work. I don't either, and I stack my signs. Some say roof cleaning, house clean, pressure wash in one area. I do 3 signs stacked, more exposure. That's actually a good idea. I like that, Jay Russell. So basically what you're saying is you're going to do one that says house washing, one that says roof cleaning, one that says pressure washing, and you're going to put them all out. But I kind of like the same sign too also, so that way it's all the same. But I do like that. That is a good idea. So that way you're kind of hitting that different types of people. And you know, house washing, house clean, pressure washing, roof cleaning, power washing, you know, and do different ones, you know. That's a great idea. I like that. That's actually a really cool idea. I finally got a guy to stop asking for a requote when I told him that an a la carte on his job was $900, was $1,400. Now he needs to get plumbing fixed so I have water. Awesome. How would you press? I already did that. I got 1,000 flyers made from my first attempt. I'm glad your all's input. And yes, you can do this here where you do one side is one thing and another side is another. And that way you can kind of see what it does. And it only costs, I think it's like a $25 upsell to have 2 different things. So one side will say pressure washing, one side will say house washing, or one side will say house washing, one side will say roof cleaning. What about water supply? Do customers complain about use? I've never really had a lot of complaints about this. This is not something that I've had a lot of complaints about. I do like having the roof cleaning and that, or, you know, they do supply the water. If you got somebody that's complaining about it, then they might not be your customer. I already talked about that one. Mailbox cleaning, $25. Add to the package. Southeast there, all ate up with algae and mold. Or, you know, and I talked about this, you can add it for a package. Or, here's the thing, the customers that we want customers that look at this as value. And we want a customer that, you know, once you get up to a certain point, you know, if you get to the higher scale neighborhoods, they could care less about money. You know, if you give them a discount, you're kind of smacking them in the face. So what if we gave them an upgrade? Here, you want an upgrade? If you get an upgrade, we'll clean your mailbox. What if you just added that in as extra value? What if that was part of your package? And if you know that everybody has a nasty mailbox, and you add that as a package, and your competitor is not, then that sets you apart from your competitor. Hey, he can even clean my mailbox. It looks brand new. I don't even need to paint it anymore. Jane, did you know that? You know, think of things of what can I do to maybe upgrade somebody? Because when you're talking to nicer end people that make $100,000, you know, they're not worried about that $10 discount that you're trying to give them. But if you give them a little more, then they will take that every time. You know, I just came back from Disney. I was down there a week, and they upgraded me, and they didn't charge me a thing. I went from the 2-bedroom little, the cheap one, because that's still $250 a night, to they upgraded me to the 2-bedroom suite, which was pretty sweet. So, you know, upgrade people, and people will actually do a lot more for you at that point. How often do you use a buffer tank? All the time. Jason, do you handle phone calls where people ask for price? Do you try to collect info over the phone? Do you get their address and try to do it off of Google Earth? Do you go to the house? So this is kind of a loaded question of a lot of questions in one. I did everything online. I did get their phone number, their email address, and their address. And then I would email them a quote. And the reason why I did that for is because Responsibid is amazing. And Responsibid is amazing because the email sequence behind it is gold, is 100% gold. That, first off, with Responsibid, it will help me add the packages and make my average ticket way higher than if I didn't do that. Then Responsibid does is they will go and email for 3 years that same customer. And that is where the gold is. So that is how I did the over the phone. Is you definitely want to get their email address and their address. And you some of the people aren't going to want to give it to you. So you got to know how to talk to people to get that information. And the way I would put it is I will send you a quote, and then what I would do is I would follow up the next day with a phone call to make sure they got that quote, because sometimes they don't always get the quote. So that is how, and yes, I'd either did it off Google Earth or I would look up some of the realtor sites to tell me how big the house was. I upsell fruit. Apple Wash looks super dope anyway. You can use other things instead of, you can use some color. I've actually got some when I start pressure washing again, and that will show you. I haven't even been checking this. Don't waste time on flyers or door hangers. I never do like them. Do you post your starting prices on flyers? I wouldn't. I would, maybe give a $50 discount, something like that, but I would not post it on there. I upsell vinyl siding conditioner of a proprietary blend I created. Hey, and that's a great way to upsell people. That is a great way to add value to your customer that nobody else does. And that is what we want to do. That is why, if your competition don't do that, that sets you apart from that competition. That's what sets you apart from the $99 guy. Because really the $99 guy, like Bobby talked about last week, the $99 guy and you are doing the exact same thing of getting a house cleaned. You're just a higher end $99 guy. But what you do is add value. Now you're not a $99 guy because now you're adding value and getting that done. And that is a great way to get people to upsell. We can sell that and it will add upsell to it. I did wax. That is something I did. You have to. Oh yeah, I already talked about that. I'll way undercut any power washer in Western Canada by 50%. Message me for details. And why would you do that? I have no idea, because you're making less money. Are you answering proper mix questions tonight or just marketing questions? I'll answer any question you want to give me. I'm answering all questions because I like y'all. Again, if you go to pressurewashhelp.com if you go to in-person training, that is my in-class training. If you go to pressurewashhelp.com/training and you get into my Voxer, into the premium there, sign up for Voxer, download the Voxer app and talk back and forth to me. I will help you grow your business. I will help you get to the next level. If you're here, I want to help you to get here. And by doing the Voxer, I will definitely help you do that. I am getting ready to revamp everything, and everything will be going up. It will probably take about a month for me to get it all done. But if you get in on this price, you're going to be in for later. But once I revamp it, I'm going crazy on it. I'm going to have everything from check sheets to, your employee having check sheets or you having a check sheet when you go around the house. I'm going to have a check sheet. I'm going to have everything in there that you will need to be 100%. Basically, I'm taking a franchise model of what if you bought a franchise and they give you this big book of all this stuff, that is what you're going to get in my course. And I'm actually working on it right now. I'll be working on all my videos. I'll be doing cleaning houses, so I'm showing people. And my goal is so you will be able to nail it hard when you come out. So he had asked a question about the hitting a ton of places for 2,500. Yes, you want to hit places 3 times. When you're doing stuff, you want to hit places 3 times. Whether that's mailers, whether that's door hangers, whatever. You want to hit places 3 to 4 times when you're doing it. A one-time hit gets you nothing. Got about $1,000 left. Should I get my box truck wrapped with it? Well, you're not probably going to get a box truck wrapped for $1,000. I would look at how to get business. I would look at anything to get business. I would, rather if you got a website built, Google it, I would just try to get it done. I went to the owner of a local business and asked if I could ask his employees if they knew anyone who they would stick their neck out for and who would want a job. Also, we require a lift operation too. Yep. Clip flyers are great, though I went back to the area I hit and everyone picked them up from the driveway. Well, that's good. Is surfactant needed? If you ask Aaron for mean and lean, no. Actually, technically, surfactant is not needed. I've cleaned many houses with just bleach or sodium hypochlorite or special blend, whatever you want to call it. I've cleaned many houses with just bleach. You can definitely clean houses without their surfactant. The surfactant does a lot of times help on windows so they don't streak as bad, and they will also help with a lot of other things. Definitely surfactant it will also help clean because that's what helps. When you put soap on your hands, that's what basically that surfactant doing is bubbling up around that dirt and allowing it to wash off. And it does the same thing with the house. Now, do we need it? No, because we're just killing the mold and it will do the same thing. What about paying referral money to clients, real estate inspectors, dollar amount, or percentage? I mean, I know guys that do $50 gift cards to do it, $25 gift cards. People knowing that you'll give gift cards or money. Do whatever you can do to get people to get you out there 100%. And like Jake is saying, refer business back to them. If you refer, say, a roofing company and you're going to do the house wash, say that if you refer a roofing company let's go this way. Say if you refer a realtor and they sell that house, they make $5,000. They wouldn't have made that if you wouldn't ask. So if you do that a couple times and they don't refer you back, then you tell them to go pound salt and you ain't referring no more to them. I look at quotes like how they advertise for pizza. I show discounts. People will buy if they think they're being discounted. Not always. I never discount it. Because a lot of times you get those customers that all they want is a discount. And that's why I never gave discounts. How do you get into different HOAs to give bids and jobs? This way is a great question. So the way I did it, one way I did it is, what up, Bobby? Walker's in the house. I actually had somebody asking about you, asking about if we would do a video together on how to, I don't remember what it was, how to sell on the phone, I believe it was. So if you want to get back on one night, let me know. So with that, that is something that to get HOAs is the best way to get a hold of them is through email. Email marketing is the best way to do the HOAs. The condos and stuff, I always did. That is through email marketing also, but I also did the Greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Apartment Association. That is definitely a great way to do it through the Apartment Association. The Apartment Association, I made hundreds of thousands of dollars off the Apartment Association. That is how to get big commercials, is always to do that. I'm down for another one. Absolutely cool. So that is how I would do it. Cleansol BC for oxidation. That is what I'm told. I've never done it. I've never tried it. I will be doing a video on it and see how it works. I've never done it myself. I've heard some people say it works really good. Is hitting an area with flyers twice a week too much? What would you recommend? I would probably give it about every 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. On cleaning decks, is oxygen bleach the chemical to use? Bleach can dry out wood. It can dry out wood. I still use it because I need to kill the mold a lot of times. And so I will use it for that. I will also, don't go strong. Use a house wash mix. Don't use a roof mix because you will kill the crap out of it and fuzz it up that way. We do signs on Friday night at 9 p.m. Street is less busy than 2. Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about getting hit, too. So that's another issue. So true. I'm hungry. Get them signs out. Twice a week is high frequency. Is that too much, Bobby? Or would you say more like to hit that same area? His question was, is twice a week in the same area? Or would you say every 3 weeks to hit that area again, or is that too much? My only form of advertising is number 1 and number 3 in Google and Yahoo searches, also referrals. And that is a great way. If you can get your website ranked to number 1, I agree, that is a great way. But, there's a lot of people out there pressure washing. There's a lot of people out there with websites trying to get that number 1 spot. So that is definitely, look at my number 1 fan right here. Where'd that go at? Bobby. $9.99. That's awesome. Who wants to outdo Bobby? Who wants to outdo Bobby? Bobby just gave me $9.99. Can anybody outdo Bobby? Your answer was right. Every 3 to 4 weeks. That's why I thought you don't want to overdo it. You hit it too much time, then that don't do you no good. Then they're probably thinking you're spamming the crap out of them. How do you clean awnings? Trying to get it to use SH. I use SH on them. The only time I've only screwed up one awning, and it was a complete black awning, and it was already deteriorating anyway, and I kind of messed it up pretty bad. But I always put a roof mix on them a lot of times, and then I would just use that 30-degree high-pressure nozzle and get them off, because a lot of times they're so nasty with mold and that. If they're not real dirty, I wouldn't go real strong. But where they're so dirty, that's when I would hit them hard and hit them high. Let's see. Surfactant is needed. Surfactant cuts down on the cost of SH. Surfactant makes the SH stick to the mold and clean. It does help stick to it and that kind of stuff. And it also helps keep it running. Bobby got beat. Bobby got beat by my man Raymond by 1 penny. Hey, Ray, I got to talk. I need to do another live with you too, because you got to be getting a lot of subscribers from my live from you. That video I think is going to really take off, and I think that it has the most watch minutes out of the last 28 days. That video has like 42,000 watch minutes, so that video has really hit it hard. So that is something that you should be getting lots of subscribers from. And hey guys, if you don't know either of these two guys, you need to go check them out. Ray, right here, Raymond, go check out his channel and like his channel. And also this channel right here, Bobby Walker, go check out Bobby Walker's channel and definitely subscribe to both of them. Both these guys are awesome guys. and they will teach you a lot. They might not teach you as much as I can, but they got you a lot of different things of what they can teach you to to do it. Bobby Walker is an amazing, he's not so much on the pressure washing side, but he's more on the business side. And honestly, the business side is more important than anything else you do. If you don't know business, you will go out of business. So Bobby Walker's channel, and he's got an amazing thing about business, and go check out his channel. He will help you grow, 100% help you grow your business. Go check him out. And Ray, he bumped you up there, $14.99. That's what's up. You should raise my money. We need a video on all the chemical profiles and what applies to every situation. In my course, I've actually set it out. I've set out all, I got some of it in there right now, but in my new course coming out in a month, it will have every chemical that I know that you need to use, MSDS sheets to them, and what they do, and what all the kind of stuff to it. So that is something that I am working on. I will be working on those chemicals. Just remember, I can clean 95% of stuff with bleach at the end of the day. Bleach and a surfactant. Just remember that when we are dealing with chemical, guys, even bleach is very dangerous. Bleach can hurt you. Bleach can kill you. This stuff can be very dangerous. So we got to be careful. And we never really want to mix chemicals unless you know that they are mixable. If you mix bleach and acid, you are going to have a bomb, and it is going to be very dangerous, 100% dangerous. So with that being said, make sure that we are being careful with bleach and stuff. So this is something that we definitely want to be careful with. And even though, another thing, talking about safety, remember, actually, I found this the other day. It's in my course. It's in my in-person training. 100 PSI can pierce your skin and give you problems. So I have a picture of this dude's finger. Looks like from here on out is completely black. And it was from him trying to catch a pressure washer hose, and it injected pressure into his finger. And into that finger, he lost that finger after like 4 surgeries trying to save that finger. So remember, pressure is dangerous also. And 100 PSI can pierce into your skin. And what are we doing? We're dealing with bleach that we could get into our skin. So this is very dangerous stuff. So this is not something that is laughed at that you can do. This can be very dangerous. So that is something that you definitely want to do. So I got all kinds of stuff going on here. What happened? No legal issue. Sheriff Department had called. They threatened to press charges. Asked them to write the citation. Nothing happened because it's totally legal. See, Bobby is a clip flyer fan. He also grew his business by doing the other thing. Bobby has a great video on encounter with the sheriff over clip flyers. Can't say what it is yet, but everybody loves the idea, and they smile and laugh at it when they hear it. I plan on lettering up my trailer and use that for marketing. I have a great idea for people to notice my trailer. If you're looking in my direction, you will notice it. Also, you're saying, I got you. Also, Bobby has a pretty good video on how to pressure wash a house using XJet. Has a good video on chemical lineup. You must be too busy to put out new videos. Yep. And see, Raymond's going to get busy, and he's not going to have time to put out all these videos. That's the thing about, and he needs to keep putting them out so he can grow. And remember, guys, Ray, be putting your links to your website on your videos. So that's a link to your website every time, which is good for you. What is the best way to big roof jobs? I do it through Google Earth. Look at it, see what it is. And I only clean affected sides. I do not clean the whole roof. If it is not affected, I do not clean it. And the reason why I do not clean it is it will destroy stuff and you will have issues. It will give you problems later on down the road. So that is why I do not do that for. Let's see. Ray, did you get the big commercial job? Best ladder to buy for gutters. Best buy is a light ladder. That will hold you up. Jason, I will talk to Jason. You're a great dude. I love getting to know you. Had a blast when you came over. Absolutely. 100%. And I do want to, I'll talk to you, Bobby. We'll definitely do another live. Best ladder to buy. I like the aluminum ladders just because they're light, and I don't want to grab a big ladder if I don't have to grab a big ladder. I like light ladders. And so the ladder I like is a 28 foot because that gets me the most stuff that I need. And so I use the 28 foot. Now, the 32 footer isn't too bad either. And then I also had a 40 footer, which I hate the 40 foot, the big bull. You can have that 40. I do not like the 40. But the 28 and the 30, or the 28 and the 32 are probably your best two. Fiberglass gets a little heavier. Fiberglass will be about 5 to 10 pounds heavier, and that don't sound like a lot of weight, but when you're trying to carry a ladder that's 28 feet up in the air, 10 pound makes a lot of difference. So that is something that you definitely want to look at. Was worried about door hanger issues. Don't care if customers call the cops. Up here are always looking for promotions. You got to remember, guys, you're in it for a business. You got to you got to do hard things sometimes. Putting them out in the wrong. That's not always going to be what people want to see and what they do. But again, if you want to eat at the end of the day, sometimes you got to do whatever you got to do business. Now, is door hangers and all that the only way to get money? No, it's not. You can do AdWords. I showed you how to make $300, 2 jobs, and it'll bring you up to $78,000 or $108,000 a year. That if you spend $10,000, $11,000 in marketing, then you can spend $1,000 a month, and you can do AdWords, and you can probably do fairly well off of that. What is the best mixture of SH for a painted garage floor? You can use a light house wash mix, but you're probably going to want to use more of a degreaser because you're trying to get the grease off of it versus organic stuff is for SH. If you have organic growth, anything that is organic, mold, algae, anything that is organic, we're going to use SH. Anything that is inorganic oil, we're going to use a degreaser. Anything that is rust, stuff like that, we're going to use an acid. And so that is how that works, is acid and that kind of thing. Next Monday starts 4 weeks of commercial work. Oh yeah, hitting the very large medical bill. And so Benjamin Baker is going to kill it this year. Benjamin Baker is going to make $500,000, $750,000 doing pressure washing. And this is his, I think, 2nd year full time. $500,000. I believe you can do it, Benjamin. I know you can do it. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of other issues that come along with making that kind of money. And he said earlier he's not sleeping very good up top there. So he gets to deal with the great stuff of having employees and the stress of it and taxes and all the other crap that comes along with it. I had to get focused on what I'm going on with business, but I'm going to be dropping some real stuff here. Maximum Pressure LLC, best way to bid big roof cleaning jobs. I bid them by the hour. I did a bunch of condos one time, and I probably was cheap, but I bid them by the hour. You got to remember, a lot of these times, unless you know their budget, and their budget is way up there, then you can bid it. But if you don't know their budget and you bid you $100,000 roof, you might get 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20. So you kind of you don't want to outbid yourself and not get nothing either. Just ordered a Simpson 4200 GPM with a direct drive cat pump. Going to use to start with, I guess. Wanted the belt drives, but it didn't work out. Yep, the belt drives are going to be a little bit more expensive, but you should be able. Sometimes you can pull water from a buffer tank, sometimes you can't. I am for the government requiring special training and licensing for professional using crisp pressure washer and washing for money. That's nice to know. Good luck on that. We're not an electrician. We're not a realtors. We're not something with professional stuff like that. Good luck on that. And whenever you bring the government involved in it, it gets jacked up and stupid real quick. When doing a house wash, do I hit the gutters with the same house mix? Will it clean the gutters? Does gutter brightening work as upsell? What does it consist of? So gutter SH will not take off the black streaks if it has the black streaks on it. The only way you're going to get the black streaks off is through gutter brightening. And yes, you can sell it as an upsell, and it does work pretty good as an upsell. You do have to have it at least, you got to be at least 60 degrees. If you're below 60 degrees, it will not work. Guarantee it will not work, 100%. 60 degrees is where you got to be for gutter cleaning. Otherwise, it will not work. Business is booming in Tampa. Man, I didn't know you were from Tampa, dude. I was just there last week. This week, I went to Clearwater Beach. I was at Clearwater Beach, and that was a nice beach. I took the girls there. And yard sign. Business is booming in Tampa. Tried your yard sign method and made $5,000 this weekend off 200 signs and made a video about it. $5,000 off of 200 signs. That's $600 for $5,000. That is what you call making some money. And that ain't even 10%. That is amazing. That's why I say yard sign work. You just got to go out there and put them out there. John made $5,000 off of 200 signs. 200 signs, $5,000. That's a lot of money. And it's probably not a lot of work, to be honest. It's probably, it's not crazy work, I bet you. Never say anything about tractor trailers or construction equipment. Any suggestion? Roy fixed income. I never did clean much of them. Mostly oxidation removal for gutter brightening. Yes. I am thinking about getting an X-Jet. What is your thoughts on X-Jet? So, my thoughts on X-Jet. So, I am in the land of vinyl siding. So, I never needed an X-Jet. I never needed to go really strong. If you're in the land of stucco, then you need to probably use an X-Jet because downstreaming is going to be not strong enough for you. So downstreaming is not your option if you're in the land of stucco. You either need to be a 12 volt or you need to be X-Jetting. So I never realized that until I talked to Bobby because he's from Orlando and he's in the land of stucco down there. So with that being said, it depends on where you are. If you're in a land of, if you need it a lot, then get it. If not, then don't get it. I'm thinking about, let's see. Hey, Bobby, just moved from Texas and having problem with people wanting cheap work in Florida. Do you still have issues? Should I lower my prices to 14 cents a square foot per houses? No. You might have to lower them a little bit, but not much. I wouldn't go too crazy. It's all about getting your phone to ring. There's already laws, government just enforcing it yet. Yeah, good luck. They're trying to do that. That ain't always going to happen. It'll be a long time. The government don't know what they're doing. I just spent $300 on marketing, did a lot of estimate, no one biting. What's your follow-up game? Are you following up? Are you email sequencing following up? Are you using a thing like Responsibid to follow up? Because your follow-up is your gold. If you're not following up with your customers, you're taking your money and going, here you go. I don't want that money. I don't want that money. You got to follow up, guys. If you don't follow up, that is an issue. You got to follow up by email. You need to follow up by phone calls, follow up by text, follow up, follow up, follow up. Follow up. Have I said it enough? Follow up on your leads. If you don't follow up, you're just pissing away money. You got to follow up. If they've given you their email and they've given you your phone number, you got to follow up. And you say, well, how much do I need to follow up? You need to follow up a lot. And I mean a lot. Not just one time. Well, I followed up, but they don't want me no more. You follow up. 14 days, follow up at least probably 5 to 6 times. 5 to 6 times in 14 days. Get out there and follow up. The money is in the follow up. See, Bobby just said it too. The money is in the follow up. You have to follow up. That's why we want to get their email address and their phone number. If we're not going to follow up, don't get that information because it's not going to do you no good sitting there. You got to follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. PressureWashHelp.com/Responsibid. Go check it out. It's not cheap, but follow up. They guarantee you results. If you don't make twice as much money of what you're paying, you don't pay. Follow up is key, guys. It is worth it. That is what took my business in 2015 from here to here. Is following up and setting it up and following up and follow up, follow up. All right, I'm off that tangent. You got to follow up, guys. You really do. If you don't follow up, it does you no good. No good at all. Don't lower your prices. Go after the higher homes and stick to pricing. Again, find your market. See where your market is. Don't go to the poor man. All right, that got me wound up talking about follow-up. Is there a trick to washing brick homes? I can't seem to make a difference. If it's not dirty, don't worry about it. If it is dirty, you're probably going to need a stronger mix. You're going to need about a 3 to 4% mix. Or even if, we just went 50-50 because that's what I did. Do XJEX works with any machine GPM? Yes, they will. I'm in a vinyl world too, and vinyl is the best world there is because it's real easy and I don't got to worry about killing stuff. When you start XJetting and you start going stronger, you got to worry about killing more and more stuff. So, definitely do that. I know guys that downstream here, but never had success with it. Exactly, because you're in the land of stucco, and stucco don't get clean with the XJetting or downstreaming. What are the different ratios between roof washing and house washing, and what is the best mix? House washing is a 1-2% mix, depending on if you're vinyl siding. If you're stucco, you're going to be a little bit stronger. You're going to be about 3 to 4%. Roof cleaning, you're going to be about 6%. Off topic, thoughts on employees wearing body cams. Just make sure they're not doing stupid stuff is what I would say. Make sure they're harnessed up. Make sure they're not on roofs without harnesses. Make sure, because OSHA will eat you alive if they come across and they were doing something wrong. You got to make sure when they're in the lift, they got walkie-talkies, they got their vest on, they got their helmet on, everything. That can be a sticky situation. I'd be careful on that. XJet, I'm in Texas where we have a wide variety, mostly hardy board and brick. Hardy board you can get away with pressure washing or downstreaming, but brick you might need. Jason, please don't forget to make some videos on how you said about Responsibid. Remember, you're going to set it up with DJ. That is correct. I am going to do videos on how to set it up. I've been in Disney for the last week. I've been in Florida, so this week is going to be crazy for me. Next couple weeks are. Best CRM for beginners. There's all kinds of them. Customer Factory, all kinds of them. The money is in the follow-up. Best system to make pure home water-fed poles. I use just a DI tank and then a pole and a pump. That's all I use. What chemical for gutter brightening? Use gutter butter, gutter grenade, F13 from Pressure Tech. Somebody's leaving. Where do you hook up for your surfactants to your downstreamer? You mix it in with your pressure washer or your SH. You just mix it in with the soap. What would be a mix ratio to XJet, a house wash to get me at the 1% at the end of the gun? 5 gallon buckets of SH. The XJet, so you're going to probably be about 2 gallons of SH and 3 gallons of water, and that'll be real close to it. Thank you, Beth. Cody, I'm in Texas. XJet works well. As far as brick, I do 2 to 4. Indeed. Follow up or fold up. I like that. That's a good one. Some people use linear feet and square feet of house washing. Which do you prefer? Do you double the price for a 2-story? No, because a 2-story, I can clean it just as quick, if not quicker, than a 1-story. I bought the power washing and carpet tile cleaning rig from Steam Bright. I paid $23,000. Ouch. That's a lot of money. I know some of them carpet cleaners are expensive, but that sounds like a lot. Insurance and permit insurance. I would go look at, there's a couple places. You definitely need general liability insurance. Love the videos. Glad you and Jason got together. There's a lot of big houses in Tampa. Don't know your pricing. I love that quote. I have to use it and give you credit. Yep. Follow up or fold up. Going to bed. Have a good one, Jason and everyone else. Good night. Peace out. Why is roof wash so much hotter than a house wash? Why is a house wash? The reason why we need more for the roof is because that's a good question. Why is that? It's the way the mold grows into the shingles, and that geoplasma is on there, and that we got to kill it down deeper. Where vinyl siding, and even like say stucco versus vinyl siding, vinyl siding is not real porous, so the mold and the algae can't grow into the vinyl siding. But like stucco and that, it can grow down into it deeper, and so that is why we need a stronger mix to make sure that we're getting it killed. I hope that makes sense. What's the best surface cleaner, starter cleaner? What's the best starter surface cleaner? A cheap one? No. I would probably go about the 200. The General Pump's a good one. It's like 200. I think it's, if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/store and you go to where it talks about surface cleaners, I got some surface cleaners there. The Whisper Wash is kind of the Cadillac, but you pay Cadillac prices, so. Still on track for having the aluminum trailer build finished by the end of March. Yes, I'm hoping so. I got to get working on it. I think the weather's supposed to be nice, so I can get working on it. So I've been waiting on my 8 gallon a minute. I got my 8 gallon a minute video done. I haven't got it all edited or nothing, but I did get the 8 gallon a minute put together. I'm going to my first power washing convention in Baltimore. Well, good. Go learn. Go rub on shoulders and learn from other people. And downstream is 1 gallon water, 1 gallon SH to get me to 1%. Yes, that is correct. If you're using 12%, actually that's if you're using 10. If you're using 12%, yes. Sounds good to me. What are your thoughts on soft wash? Well, you got to soft wash roofs. I soft wash houses. I absolutely soft wash. Just depends on how you're putting it on there. Are you using it through a 12 volt? Are you using it through a pressure washer? Using it through a downstream injector? Or are you using it through an X-Jet? All the those are soft washing, and that's how I clean. You never want to use pressure. Pressure damages stuff, and pressure will kill stuff, and pressure will make you go out of business because using pressure is very bad. Pressure is something that is not good at all. Pressure is very bad. Pressure, it will remove oxidation. Pressure is bad, bad, bad. In fact, the most pressure I use is about 1200 psi, and that is through my surface cleaners. The only way I use pressure. It seems like soft washing is the majority of the jobs. I would say 90% of them, unless you're doing a lot of concrete cleaning. Everything is going to be, and even technically, even concrete cleaning, because I'm going to use degreasers and I'm going to use different things to remove that problem I have. It goes back to, like I say, it goes back to when you were in 8th, 9th, 10th grade, and they talked about this thing called the pH scale. The pH scale has a 1 through 14, and 7 is neutral. And if we know how to use that pH scale, it's all chemical, and it's all chemical based. We can basically clean anything we want to clean from that pH scale. So that pH scale was what helps us clean and keeps us and get us where we need to go at. Looking forward to the 8-gallon video and the trailer build. Always love your videos. Thank you for everything. Thanks for watching, Benjamin. I appreciate it 100%. So, if you want to learn how to make $300, go check out my in-person training. I have 2 spots left. 2 spots. PressureWashHelp.com/in-person training. If you go there, I have 2 spots left. It is in Cincinnati, Ohio. Actually, it's not in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is in northern Kentucky. You can see here it's at the Hilton Cincinnati Airport. It's in Florence, Kentucky. It's right next to it's about a 10-minute ride from the airport. Cincinnati Airport is in northern Kentucky. You will learn everything you need to know how to start a pressure washing business. I will go over marketing. I go in depth in marketing. I've added a boatload of slides. I'm going to add a boatload more of slides of how to do marketing, because what I want to know is I want you to be successful in doing this stuff. Talk about equipment. You will actually learn how to pressure wash. You will do the pressure washing. Look, he is doing the pressure washing. This is not me. This is a student. These are students doing the pressure washing. I'm showing the difference between a 4-gallon a minute and a 5-gallon a minute machine. That's what they're learning and seeing and doing. And that is why I will do my classes. And that is why I limit it to 10 people. I don't want more people then you don't know what you're doing, because you get to watch to do pressure washing. I don't want you to wash how to do a house. I want you to know how to wash a house. I want you to know how to wash a deck. I want to know that you know how to wash concrete. I will show you how to do roof cleaning. I don't let you get on a roof because it's safety of myself, protecting myself so nobody gets hurt. But everything else you will do. You will do house washing. Actually, we will do 2 house washes. I got 1 deck. We got concrete, and we got gutters. So between all that is what you're going to learn how to do pressure washing. So that is why I wanted to do this. Because when I learn best by actually doing. So that's why I'm going to do that the same way I teach. Or you can take my in-person training, and you can go right here to in-person training. I have a couple questions left here, and I'm going to get off here. I have driven for almost 7 hours today, so I'm a little tired. You do cement and asphalt with only 1200 psi. I would do concrete for 1200 psi. I would not do asphalt for 1200 psi. Asphalt is going to be more of a wash. Jason, have you ever turned down a roof job because of a condition or do you just disclose? I have turned down I got up on a roof one time, and the whole roof, there was zero asphalt up there. You could see the fibers over this whole roof, and I was like, I took pictures and I brought them back, and I'm like, your roof is, I don't know what's happened to it, but I am not spraying a bit on it. So yes, I have turned down, and it was a $1,200 job, and I didn't like it, but I was not going to be responsible for that roof. Air conditioner, window units, and ground central units. How do you do these? Do I clean these, void these? I clean them. The window units, I would probably stay away from that one, just so that way, because a lot of times they're not sealed 100%, so I would stay away from that one. Jason, I want to thank you for you have been a blessing. Your videos have been extremely uplifting. Starting fresh business is very stressful and scary, especially when I know nothing. You are a lot of inspiration. I appreciate that. That's what I enjoy to do there, is help people start and grow. And I know it's a scary thing, but you know what? We do scary things. We can make scary things happen. It's kind of crazy, and that's what I love about it. I took your advice on your website review, Jason. Thank you. Thanks. Jason is an inspiration. Thanks, Beth. Already signed up. Looking forward to the class. Awesome, Joe. Can't wait to see you. Hey, Jason, how much can I charge for 3-story 24 balcony buildings, please? A lot of money. Go check out pressurewashhelp.com/training and sign up for the premium membership, because I'm going to have a lot more questions to be able to answer that question. I need this video to start the week off. This week, I buy commercial insurance and hopefully workers' compensation for me. And you don't need workers' compensation if you're working for yourself, because a lot of time workers' compensation isn't going to cover you. If you get hurt and you are the business owner, workers' comp will not cover you. Check out with your local state, but it will not cover you. Thanks for everything, Jason. Heat up use of vinyl. Hottest heat to use on vinyl siding, like 90 degrees or 100 degrees. As low as that pressure washer will go. What up, Cody? Now, Cody, there's been some super chats in here that there was a little bid war going on. I don't know if you can beat them. There was a $9.99, a $10, and then a $15. I'm just saying. What to do? Southeast, Southwest. Hey, this is another guy that if you are wanting to learn how to do pressure washing, let me get you up here, buddy. This is another guy that if you're wanting to learn how to do pressure washing, is another great channel to watch. Southeast Southwash is a great channel. He puts out some information. He builds rigs. He does all kinds of things. So if you want to learn how to do that and watch another channel, he's another great person down here. Southeast Southwash is another great channel to watch. So go check him out and subscribe to him. He will definitely help you if you need a rig built or something like that, he will definitely help you out. Cody, loving the skids on the deck. So, you got a good show going here, Jason. How do you quote jobs you can't see? So, Jenny, the best thing to do is to, it depends. If you can't see, why can't you see the job? Are we talking about a house? Are we talking about a big condo complex, something like that? If we're talking about a house and we can't see that, I can beat y'all. Sorry, Jenny. I'll have to tell Bobby he got beat. I need to take a picture of it. Here, I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to him and tell him he got beat. And I'll get back to your question here. If I can find my camera. So the best way to do it is, if you can't see it, there's two ways you can do it. One, I use a couple different things. So in one county that I clean, you can actually, in Hamilton County, the PVA, the Property Valuation Department, well, the PVA, the Hamilton County PVA, they will actually give you, it has pictures, it will tell you what size deck it has, it will tell you what size outside barn it has. The Hamilton County PVA is pretty awesome because it will tell you everything about that house. Now, if you don't have that, the other thing you can do is ask for pictures. You can say, hey, can you give me a picture? Or the other thing is see if you can go to the house and see the house in person. That is the other way to do it. And, if you go to the person's house, then you try to upsell other stuff, and that is the thing about doing it. Did you enjoy Clearwater? I did. It was awesome. I loved that beach. Had the best sand that I have ever been to. By far, the best sand that I've ever. It was so fine that, it wasn't no big grains of sand. So it was the best beach ever in Clearwater. I love that beach. It was very clean and the sand was amazing. Commercial jobs. What is needed to get those? Any tips to get those? Commercial jobs, the biggest tip I'm going to give you is you're definitely going to need general liability insurance. If you have employees, you are going to need workers' comp. If you do not have workers' comp and you have employees, don't even try to go for them because a lot of them will kick you off the property if you do not have workers' comp with it. Say someone calls for a job many miles away, then I would say take a picture or see if you can get over there at another time when there is there. You should do a video on the point of contact in various situations, such as who to contact for HOA, gas station, apartment complexes. Point of contact. A lot of that is to get past the gatekeeper. Who can get past the gatekeeper? Hello, Leo. I want to try Southwest Soft Sack, Southern Draw. I have some somewhere around here. He gave me a gallon of it. I'm going to try it on my class when I do my class. So if you come to my class, you will get to see some of Southern Draw in action. Image washing a house, then hitting the beach afterwards. Haha, best life. Yeah, you suck. Or you can be up here where it's cold as crap. Glad to see women-owned businesses on here. 100%. And actually, I've been getting a lot of people, females, wanting me to help them do stuff. Of course, nobody wants to pay me any money, so guess what? I haven't helped too many of them. And I'm not just, here's the deal, guys. I'm not here, I give a lot of information for free. And when I get, if you have a question, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/askjason. But when you just put in a phone number and say, will you please call me to help me grow my business? And you don't want to give me nothing else, I'm not calling you. That's just the way it is. I get this all the time. If you want somebody to talk to, go call Cody. And guess what? Cody ain't answering the phone much anymore either because I can't answer the phone all the time and think that I can just help you out and I got a family. I got a family to feed. I got a wife and 2 kids and my wife don't work. She homeschools my kids. So Jason Guyman has to make money to do this. And this is how I make money. Now, I give a lot of information. I've been on here for an hour and 42 minutes. Giving free information away. That is so much valuable information, 100% valuable information. When I say you can make $300 an hour, I mean it. I'm not just saying this to Cody ain't answering the phone. I'm not just saying this stuff to, do this. You can make $300. And honestly, $300 an hour is on the low side. You can make way more than that. I've given an hour and 45 minutes of information here. And so that, if you can't go in there and buy my premium membership for $99 and cancel it after I talk to you, then you don't want me to help you in the first place. Because here's the thing. If you're serious, put your money where your mouth is. Because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to put green stuff where you are, I can give you all the information and you won't take nothing. But if you pay for something, you're going to take that information and be like, I need to do this now. Because otherwise, it don't do me no good. I can give you, if this information they hear on here ain't going to get you out there, nothing else will. Sorry, getting off that rant. Cody said he really likes having people call him and ask him. So call him and ask him. He will help you out 100%. I have bought. Ever dealt with cross contamination of water tank? What do you do about it? Empty it out and do it. So, with that being said, go check out my in-person training. I do have 2 spots left, and I will teach you everything you need to know about pressure washing. I guarantee you, at the end of the class, you will know how to do marketing. You will know how to do a lot of things that you never did before, and you will have washed a whole house by yourself. So that is something that you will definitely want to do. Thank you, Jason, first time watching, and it's been very helpful. Remember, I'm on here every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. Come back on here on live if you want to talk to me some more. And I also do one on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock also. And that one is mostly about marketing. So on Wednesday night, I do a video live, and then every Sunday night, I do a live. With that being said, go check out pressurewashhelp.com/in-person, or you can ask Jason if you have a question. Go to pressurewashhelp.com/askjason. Put your question in there, and me and my wife will probably email you back, or I will send you a video if I have to do it, because I'm not good enough to write pretty emails like she does. So that is how that works. So if you go there, you will either get a video or you will get something in writing from her. Her handwriting looks a lot, or her typing looks a lot better than me, because I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to type very good and make it sound good. If you want training, go to pressurewashhelp.com/training. This course will get you everything you need to know to be able to do it. If you buy the premium, I've got several guys that are purchasing the premium. Make sure you download the Voxer app and start asking me questions. I want to answer your questions. I want you to grow to the next level. And I can't help you to grow if you don't download the Voxer app and ask me questions. Because in all honesty, the $100 a month for me to have access to me is not, it's going way up. It'll be probably $300 a month here in the next month or two. Because that is where the value is. You know, I got a guy that he's hit me all the time, and he's building his trailer and he's getting stuff done because he is asking questions and I'm answering them right back and getting it done. Have a great night. Have a great week. This week is going to be probably, it's supposed to be really nice. So it will probably be, the phone should start ringing. The phone should start ringing like this week, next week. Is when that grass starts turning green and people start mowing grass, get ready. That is when business will take off and you will be having more business and you know what to do with. Have a good night. Have a great week. I thank you all for showing up tonight and hanging out with me. Have an awesome day or a night, something.